Good evening to everyone. Again, it's my pleasure to be here amongst all of you today to celebrate our achievements in JEE Advanced 2025, and also my great pleasure to have a conversation with a great friend of the family, Laxminarayana, who changed his schedule, I must say, to be here with us today. So thank you so much for doing that for us. It's a very different format. I'm just going to ask you some questions, and like Asmita said in the introduction, you are a parent of two Narayana students. One who went to BITS and now is an IPS officer, his son Puneet, and his daughter Nitya, who is now a doctor also. Both of them studied at Narayana, so it's very apt that he's here today and he can share his experience. My first question to you is very simple. Why did you choose to put your children in Narayana, like the thousands of students have here today in the 11th grade? Why did you choose that? What went through your mind? I know you had a personal relationship with Narayana, but you must have done your understanding of what's happening. Why did you choose that?
Yeah, thank you very much, Puneet, and I'm indeed grateful to you to meet all the future of this nation today. Because I keep going to schools and colleges, especially to get inspired. Because these children, they give a lot of inspiration to me. Thank you very much, Sindhura, for giving me, Rama ma'am and Sharani and Raviteja also for joining this function and also giving me an opportunity. And also I'm extremely happy that you could score 4, 7 and 10 ranks this time, all India level. Congratulations to all the 3 students and also so many achievements. Narayana has been doing wonderfully well. It has been doing so good in all these years. And you asked me a question, because my 2 children, Praneeth and Nitya, both of them studied in Narayana. One in the MPC section and the other one is in the BIPC. So as Mr. Puneet mentioned, my son went to BITS Pilani, then he appeared for the civil services. He got into civil services in the IPS and now he is working as SP in Tamil Nadu card. And my daughter Nitya, she could clear the NEET examination and she completed her MBBS and now she is preparing for the postgraduate NEET exam, which got postponed to August. Now you ask me, why did I choose Narayana? Generally, I am a police officer. I do a lot of survey. I do a lot of things, what is happening in the field also. So when I checked up with so many people, they said, this is the best institution that is available. Narayana is the best institution and definitely your children are going to do well. Because till 10th standard, they did in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavans here, and 11th and 12th, they were here in Narayana. Especially my son was with Mr. K.K. Gar. So he was with Mr. K.K. Gar. Because these 2 years are very, very important in the life of a child. Because these 2 years are going to change their entire future. So that's why I decided. They said it is going to be very tough to be a student in Narayana. But I said the students or the children should go through that grind. Unless you heat the metal, it can't be bent.
You know, you actually led into my second question, which is exactly on this. And a lot of the 11th standard students here, many of the seniors may also have told them, it's very tough to be a student. Why do you want to put yourself through that grind? And you sometimes, you may achieve it, or it's a difficult exam. You may get into the college of your choice, or you may not get into the college of your choice. So how did you counsel your child when he was told, or even you were told, that it's going to be tough? And I'll tell you my answer when people ask me. I said, nothing in life is easy. I'm a chartered accountant. I studied for 6 months straight with no TV, with nothing but my books. Each income tax textbook I studied was 1,000 pages, and I had to know it by heart, 1,000 pages. What did you tell your son and your daughter at that age?
I told him a story, because I keep telling stories to the children to make them get convinced. I told him a story that there was a village and a temple was constructed and the idol of the god needs to be made ready. So they called a sculptor. He came and they showed him 2 stones. So as a good sculptor, he went and asked the first stone, I want to make you into a god. Then the stone asked, what are you going to do with me? He said, I am going to take a chisel, I am going to take a hammer and I am going to chisel. It gives you a lot of pain. The first stone said, no, I don't want to take that pain. So he went to the second stone and asked the same thing. The stone was ready. Then he used his chisel and the hammer and made this stone into a good god sculpture, and the god got installed in the temple, and people started coming and started doing pujas. When they came with coconuts. They wanted to break these coconuts. So where do they break? The first stone was lying there. So then they started breaking the coconuts there, and even now the stone is getting the hits of the coconuts.
Yes.
Whether you want to be the first stone or you want to be the second stone. My son said, I want to be the second stone. Go to Narayana. If you want to take that pressure, and then you can enjoy life.
The other thing, Laxminarayana, I want to ask you was, many students in this room and many parents also, there's a lot of expectations we have from children. And these expectations can work both ways, right? One is it can inspire you to do something with your life. And secondly, it can also put pressure on you. My parents believe in me. They've spent so much money on me. They have all these great expectations of me. And I'm sure you did have these expectations from your children also. Did that put pressure on them or did that inspire them? How are you looking at that?
Actually, pressure is always good. You need to have some pressure. Right? If there is no friction on the ground, you can't walk. So, in pressure also gives you achieve something.
Right.
So, pressure is always welcome. And another thing, because a lot of parents are there, I told my children to select their future.
Right.
I never pressurized. I told them these are the things that are available.
Right.
And this is the best institution that is available. Now the choice is yours. You set your goal.
Right.
So my request to all parents is, always Dr. Kalam used to say, dream, dream, dream.
Yes.
And he also used to say, dreaming low is crime. Always you need to dream big.
Yes.
So these dreams have to be dreamt by the students, not by the parents.
Absolutely.
That's what I feel.
Absolutely.
Once the student dreams big, definitely he is going to achieve. So parents, my request is, find out what are the goals of your children and you be a facilitator to achieve these goals, because Narayana is going to take care of them.
Yes.
You give them such a soothing parenting that they will be so happy, and also they can take this hardship and they can become the best individuals. That is how I tell you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. My next question is on successes and failures, right? And I want to share a personal story. And the first time, I was always a good student throughout my life. And the first time I ever failed in my life was in the CA final exam. I failed once. I passed in my second attempt. But I'll tell you, I learned the most in my life from that one failure that I did have. I'm sure you've been an IPS officer, you've been through so many successes, so many failures, so many hardships. Can you give us some insight into how hardships have molded your career and your personality and how these children can benefit from that?
Yeah, definitely. Because experiences teaches a lot of things to us. And also many people say that it's a failure. I never consider anything as a failure. Even Dr. Kalam also said, fail means it is not failure, but it is first attempt in learning. Fail is first attempt in learning.
First attempt in learning, yes.
In learning. So, never get disappointed. That means you have to perfect yourself much more. That is what is the indication. So, because in my professional life also, a lot of hardships I had to face. But from each experience, I could make a better of myself.
Yes.
I could always better myself and I emerged as a better person. So always children, whenever there is a short setback, never take it as a failure. Because I see children going to take extreme steps also sometimes.
Absolutely.
Some people go and commit suicides and all. Because you are all born to achieve great things in your life. We are all born on this earth to live at least for 120 years, not 100 years also. So, small things keep happening, don't get discouraged, always take it in a positive way, Thomas Alva Edison should be our guru in that. He failed almost 1,000 times.
Absolutely.
Ultimately, he found this bulb for all of us. But he never considered it as a failure, but he always considered it as an experience. That is how we need to look at it.
Thank you so much. My last question, Laxminarayana Garu, is more than a question, is more a piece of advice, because it's very rare that these students will get the opportunity to meet somebody like you. And you've been a parent at Narayana, you've been an IPS, you've been from IIT yourself. Many of you don't know that you're from IIT, I believe, yourself, and you did NIT and IITs, right? You're both from NIT and the IIT yourself. So what advice would you give to the achievers here today? And I was speaking to some of the achievers yesterday. I was in Mumbai, and I told them that your journey in life is not just after getting into IIT. It's about what you do with your life from now onwards, right? And can you share some insight on what you're expecting the achievers who you're going to felicitate today on their future?
Yeah, this is a wonderful thing for me too, because I wanted to tell this to the achievers. Because you have achieved a great thing in your life today. Because all the rankers who are going to be felicitated now, they have passed one step in their life.
Yes.
Now they are joining prestigious institutions like the IITs or other institutions. Now, I request all these achievers, always think about the nation. Always think about India. What I can contribute to the well-being of the nation, that should be your thought process. Till today, you have thought about getting a rank in the examination. Now your endeavor should be to get a rank for our nation, Bharat. So our India should get #1 rank in the world. That should be your ambition from today, because you have achieved something in your life. So, you have seen, because today it is called Vijayotsav. We are celebrating so many Vijayotsavs now. Recently we have celebrated a Vijayotsav after Operation Sindoor. We could give a great blow to Pakistan, and our armed forces, they did extremely well, and the whole nation celebrated, and that is a Vijayotsav for our nation.
Absolutely.
Now India has become the 4th richest nation, or in the GDP we are #4. We have surpassed Japan.
Yes.
Again a Vijayotsav for us. Yes. Today we are celebrating a Vijayotsav because of your ranks. Now, my dear children, in Operation Sindoor, we have used the Rafale fighter jets from France.
Thanks, yes.
We have used Sukhois from Russia.
Yes.
We have used the S-400 from Russia. Now my endeavor is, you all use your brains, use your hardship. Next war should not be there. But if a war comes, let India fight with its own weapons and with its own fighter crafts. That is what is your responsibility. You as students should make India great. You as students of technology, you should make India great. That is my first desire. Second thing, now also so many farmers are committing suicides. So many farmers are committing suicides. Now my request to all of you is that if you all can come together, let us hope or let us dream for suicide-free India by the farmers. This is what is my second desire. That is what I want all of you to think about. Why should a farmer commit suicide? And also have a lot of respect for the farmers and the defense personnel. That's why I always tell you, even in your watches or in the clocks also, at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, both the minutes hand and the hours hand, they come together. They do pranam to the farmers. Because of the farmers, we are able to live in this land. Then, in the midnight, again these two hands come together and they do pranam to our defense forces who are guarding our borders. So these two people are very, very important for us, the farmers and our army Jawans. So Jai Kisan and Jai Jawan. My request to all of you is, make the farmer proud, and make the defense personnel self-sufficient by using your technology and by using your knowledge. No doubt, go abroad, study there, learn there, earn there, but earn, learn, earn, and please return. Please return to your mother nation. Please come back. There is a lot of things we need to do in this nation. Still the government is giving rice and other things to nearly 80 crore people in this country. You come back and make India self-sufficient and self-rich so that India can be number one. This is my advice or my desire to all these achievers who have excelled in their studies now. Now you have to make our nation great. That is what is my request to all of you through Narayana. Your signature should turn into autograph. Have these three goals in your life. Your parents should feel proud of you. You should go as a chief guest to your alma mater and your signature should turn into autograph. If all of you can achieve these three goals, then India is going to be number one nation in the entire world. Let us make India number one. Let us make India number one. Bharat Mata ki! Bharat Mata ki! Bharat Mata ki! That is possible if all of us come together and work for the nation and make India number one. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,